What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. I also recently just saw the new thriller titled Arm. Alright, I'm gonna say this. I really like Mario Van Peebles. I think he's a really good actor. Decent director at times. I gotta say, this movie freaking sucked. This movie was awful. I mean, Mario Van Peebles both directed and starred in this movie. Like, he plays a former U.S. Marshal who has fallen on hard times after he led his teams of undercover agents on a raid that went horribly wrong. So he struggles to get his life back on track. But a former colleague, played by Ryan Guzman, reappears in his life and explains that all of the survivors from his unit are suffering pretty much the same symptoms as he is. And there's maybe a bigger conspiracy at hand. The film begins pretty much in a barbershop, and he's cutting this mafia kid's head, and something goes wrong in there. But that storyline is hardly that storyline goes nowhere throughout the whole movie. I mean, it reappears in one scene, but then after that, it doesn't really they don't even hardly try to find and look for the guy anymore or like that. It's that storyline was completely. I mean, what the heck was that storyline about? I mean, anyway. Then the ones who plays his teams, one is played by just mention him, Ryan Guzman, who appeared in that movie Everybody Wants Some. He was also in Gem and the Holograms, that Jennifer Lopez movie Boy Next Door, and I think he was in two of the Step Up movies, if I'm not mistaken. He plays one of the leads, not the leads, but one of the units, as well as Columbus Short. He's one of the units as well. And it was nice to see Columbus Short on screen. And you got pretty interesting cast here. I mean, you got a Wim Fichtner as Peebles' former best friend. Well, I don't want to go into details about what his character did in the movie because it might be a little bit of a spoiler. I'm not going to spoil anything in this movie because it's really easy to spoil. So I got to be really careful how I talk about this movie. The film also covers lots of the topics today, including gun violence in America and violence in general. There's also a storyline where a 15-year-old girl gone missing, and people are trying to find her, and yeah, that's a storyline in this. There's also another storyline with Mario Van Peebles, who has a Pebbles. I just keep calling him Peebles for some reason. Anyway. He has he develops a friendship or a relationship of sorts with this I guess you could say a exotic female, something like that. She was actually pretty decent in her parts. I mean, I thought she was probably one of the standouts in the movie. Mario Van Peebles was decent as well. But I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, he also directed the movie as well. He's directed before. He directed this movie about the Black Panthers one time called Panthers. He also directed this little movie that came out a few years back called We the Party, where he starred with his son in it. Nice little movie. But this movie didn't hardly make sense at all. There's Mario's character is also suffering from, I guess you could call it PTSD. He sees bugs crawling around, and he's kind of losing some, if you want to see it that way. I would say probably one of my favorite parts of the movie has got to be the beginning when they're in the barbershop and they're all talking and all. That's probably one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie because I really dug that barbershop scene. Especially DC Young Fly was in that scene as well. DC Young Fly is awesome. I mean, really funny comedian. Shout out to DC Young Fly. And also they're, all talking about like in the barbershop scene. It's kind of like the movie Barbershop in a way, where they're like all sitting around in a barbershop and talk about stuff and all. That was that scene kind of remind me of. And they're all talking about like the seriousness of gun violence and all that. I found really that conversation to be pretty deep, like probably one of the better parts of the movie. Because I mean, gun violence in America is serious now. But anyway, back to the movie. Like I said, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, the direction was not that good. I can't really recommend this movie. I just thought it was just awful. I hope Mario directs another film that's 10 times better than this, because this is a really misfire. I mean, the guy's a good actor. I always liked him in this movie, like in the 90s, New Jack City. Anyone remember New Jack City? Awesome crime film with Wesley Snipes, Ice-T, Chris Rock. Awesome movie. He was so good in that. And he also directed, I think he also starred in this like black exploitation spoof film, if you will, called Badass. Another good movie. But yeah, as for Armed, I can't really recommend it. I mean, there's also some villains that show up towards the end, which I'm not going to spoil because that might be a little bit of a true spoilerish. Those villains was really over the top. Like I thought they were just horrible villains. But yeah, like I said, I can't really recommend this. I mean, also has a few other interesting cast members. I mentioned William Fichtner's in this. Dionne Warwick actually has a little part in this movie. Mario's dad, Melvin Van Peebles, is in the Pebbles is in this. Paul Rodriguez, really funny comic. Laz Alonso, he's actually a really cool actor. Yeah, it has a good cast. Just the film was like the script was terrible. Some of the acting wasn't that great. I mean, the story just didn't work. I mean, yeah, this movie is just horrible. Anyway, let me leave it to you guys. Have you had a chance to see On? Have you even heard of the movie? Because it's not really a well-known film. I mean, I could kind of see why it's not well-known. Leave your comments below on what you think of the movie. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing on.